Hey. Thanks for having me. I'm Rob Liefeld. Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm Mark Hughes, writer at Forbes and co-host of Superhero News Channel. This man needs no introduction. Creator of Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Youngbloods, Extreme Universe.
A ton.
Rob Liefeld.
I've had a good career. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. You guys, first, one thing I want to say, I say it every year. I have been coming to LA Comic-Cons since I was your age, very young. And they had them, is there still a Biltmore Hotel? They had little shows that were probably the size of this area that an entire Comic-Con was in. I met James Cameron when he was promoting the original Terminator on a stage like this, and he had the actual robot that was this big. And we all got to come up and because he was selling his film. He wanted us to see this movie because he wasn't known, Terminator wasn't known. So to see what they've done with Stanley Comic-Con and this giant, amazing show is nothing less than spectacular.
It is, and the fans are spectacular. This is my favorite con to come to. This is really still a comic book convention.
It is.
In the true sense of the word. So we love all of y'all. If you're a Deadpool fan, time to get up here to the stage.
We're good. We're talking to these people.
And speaking of Deadpool.
Nice hat. Nice shirt.
There's something interesting to talk about, I think.
Is there anything going on with Deadpool 2?
Anything at all? Anything?
Who here can't believe they haven't seen a trailer to Deadpool 2 yet? Right? Fox has done a very good job of choking that information, right? They're just choking it.
Kept the lid on it.
They have. My buddy told me from another studio, they have leaks all the time, and he said, Rob, that's just Hollywood, man. We can't stop the leaks. I'm like, have you talked to Fox? They don't have that problem. New Mutants, they shot the whole movie, and you didn't see any of it until the trailer.
Yeah, what a great trailer.
But I have good news for you. You're going to love Deadpool 2. You're going to love the sequel. Trust me, and it's one thing I want to cover. People go, oh, Rob, you're just a cheerleader. If they didn't cast Cable right, I would have just shut up. That's when I don't like something, I don't go negative anymore. I got 3 kids, I gotta set an example. If I don't like something, I just don't talk about it. I don't criticize them. Any Rams fans here, and I mean real Rams fans from like 20, 30 years, my kids made fun of me for the last 15 years that I was a Rams fan. I didn't criticize the Rams. They blew chunks this last 15 years. And now, finally, they're good again, and I can cheer, but when they weren't good, I didn't criticize them.
Yay.
LeBron James, that's a different story. I apologize. You're not Kobe.
So we know Deadpool 2 is going to be amazing. What do you think about the Cable casting? We've seen
I told you.
now.
So my buddy at Fox, who may or may not be the executive on the film, said, so you're happy, right? And I said, well, with Josh, I am now going to imitate, I've never done this. So when I found out, I was sitting on the stairs. Sometimes I sit on the stairs at my house and I just read the internet. Does anyone do that on their phone, right? And I was told, Josh, now I'm 50. I just turned 50, okay? So this is not easy for a 50-year-old man. I'm gonna take this. I gotta get lighter. And I sat in the stairs. I said, Josh Brolin is Cable. I got the text, and I went, what? And I screamed and I ran around the house. I was like, ah, like a crazy person. And my wife was like, oh my gosh, he's finally lost his mind. And she didn't understand that it was Brolin, because that was tense. That was tense, you guys. That Cable casting was tense. You ran about 10 of, as everybody did,
yes,
all the rumors. Because if I told you, I'm going to be respectful. But I was at a party and one very respected actor, his representative came up to me, moved through the crowd. Hey, Rob Liefeld, Deadpool, blah, blah, blah. I represent blah, blah, blah. I told you his name. And he says, can you help him be Cable? And I said, no, I can't help you be Cable. He would have been okay. He would have been in the okay, but I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not making the movie. I can't help you. But I was like, and I went home to my wife and I'm like, this dude wants to be Cable. I talked to my
a lot of people wanted to be Cable.
I talked to the producer, Simon Kinberg, and he even confirmed. He said, Rob, every actor, he said, even as young as 30 years old, was like, and here's the deal, we got to give Ryan his due. who doesn't want to stand next to Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool for 2 hours now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, me too. I have. My heart is aflutter. I have a lot of man crushes. It concerns my wife. Kobe, Ryan, Josh, Tom Cruise, yeah. So, but the thing is, there was a couple names that were in the running, and so I told my buddy from Fox, I said, if you had cast fill in the blank, I would have jumped off the tallest building in Los Angeles. That was it. I can't live with that guy. I can't live with that guy. And so the fact that it's Josh warms my heart, and I'm going to tell you. So when I met him, he might or might not have been in his full cable gear. And have you guys seen him get jacked up? I mean, he took us on that journey. He was in the gym every day. Oh my gosh! And I thought I knew how muscular he was. And right here, me, him, and his veins are like pythons crawling on your arms. And I just touched his arm. I'm like, oh. And I think he's like, okay. But those are mad snakes. I mean, that's real. I was like, are these real veins? And they are real pulsing veins. He got in the gym and he transformed himself.
He spent months.
I mean, I told him, I said, he Raging Bull. Now, you young kids are like, why did Liefeld just say Raging Bull? Robert De Niro transformed himself into a boxer for a movie 30 some years ago. Josh, he could have phoned it in like some of these dudes who would have just said, well, the gear's gonna cover me and I don't have to be buff. Josh is like, I'm going to become Cable. And I'm telling you, he became Cable. And it's wonderful. So I don't know what I was saying. I've already lost track of all the 10 things, but you can keep me on. I love him as Cable. And you go, Liefeld, you're just saying that. No, if it had been like one of 3 other dudes, I would have been, I love Deadpool.
Let's talk about this X-Men universe and Deadpool and the place that these characters have now. We're going to get the New Mutants. We're going to get, you know, Cable's obviously coming. We're going to have X-Force. We're going to have an X-Force movie.
Okay, sorry, I'm not going to jump.
Think about, I mean, 20 years ago, did you even dream that we were going to live in a golden age when we had a Marvel Cinematic Universe, DC Cinematic Universe, all of these, it's all coming to life.
It is. What's happening is, and this is not a criticism, this is an observation. I make observations all the time. The Disney library of Marvel films, which I love all of them. I love all of them. They've all been really based on Stan and Jack. Stan and Jack. It's Cap, it's Thor, it's Hulk, it's the X-Men were really in the 90s and the 80s went, I mean, that's Claremont, that's Liefeld, and we haven't gotten that until this last year with Deadpool.
Right.
And now we are like seeing what the 90s electrified people. They electrified people. And finally we're getting those films. And I think the fans have spoken. I mean, look, man, you can't deny that Deadpool with an R rating, which meant you weren't supposed to see it, you weren't supposed to see it, you weren't supposed to see it,
And I'm sure none of you saw it who weren't supposed to, right?
My kid bought tickets to that Ben Stiller movie, that's it, that came out the same week and snuck into Deadpool. And I've told this story, but I can tap into it real fast. I said, how'd you like Deadpool? And he's like, well, Dad, we loved it, but we had to buy tickets to that Ben Stiller sequel and sneak in. And I went, you get Ben Stiller Ryan Reynolds money? What? I said, do not make that mistake again. I will walk you in. So Ben Stiller, you're welcome. I have no idea how much money you got that weekend from kids like my son.
It was crazy. It opened to 150 million. No.
Yeah, but Deadpool. That movie on a $58 million budget did $800 million. 300, almost 400 domestic.
Yes. More
More than Spider-Man did this last summer with Downey Jr., with Chris Evans, there's something changing. But I've always known it. The fans of X-Force and Cable and Deadpool are legion. And they love what they're doing with this stuff, and they're showing up in droves.
Let's talk about the Extreme Universe for a moment.
So when I left X-Force and Deadpool and Cable, I made a whole bunch of books, Youngblood and Brigade and Bloodstrike and all these great books, and they were at the top of the charts and everybody loved them. And the great news is we've finalized a deal for all those to actually come to screen too. And you know, when people get excited is when we start casting people. And I had a meeting last Monday at Paramount Studios where some of these movies are, and met with the director and the screenwriter, and we're very close. And when casting happens is when people get really excited, because that's how I am too. You can tell me you're making a movie of Mr. Toast, but until I know who's making Mr. Toast, I'm not excited. I got to get somebody. So, did you just point out my Deadpool Yeezys? You know you did. People, my kids gave these to me. I did not know what Yeezys were. My son is a shoe whore. And he has like, no. He has a wall of, and he buys them with his YouTube money because he makes videos. And one day he comes to me and he says, Dad, my buddy at school wants to buy these, but I'll sell them to you. Okay, son. I went in, I gave him cash, they couldn't go out the door because his buddy, and he had to tell his buddy, my dad bought them. Yes, my son sold me my shoes. True story.
The other one, I'm sure a lot of fans want to hear about. Anything you can talk about on any of the characters from Extreme Universe that we might be talking about?
Okay, Wonder Woman. Obviously, we all loved. I saw it. I don't know how many times I've seen it. I've seen it infinite times. My son said, "You're watching this again?" And I'm like, I draw all day long, so I just let the movie reloop and reloop and reloop, and I love it. And so that movie finally showed Hollywood that we'll all go see female action movies. No duh. But the movie was great, knocked down a lot of doors. I have a character named Evangeline. She's an angel on Earth. I think that one is going to be first, and Wonder Woman did wonders, jumping her forward. And they told me a couple of the casting potentials for her, and I was like, oh boy, yeah, things are coming along. They're great, but when they're official, we'll tell you. Like, who here likes the Teen Titans? You're like, Liefeld, why do you do that? I got my career started reviving two old Teen Titans called Hawk and Dove. And myself and Barbara Kiesel and Carl Kiesel are the co-creators of the female Dove. And she has been cast, Minka Kelly, who some of my friends fell in love with on Friday Night Lights, not me, of course. She's amazing. She's been cast as Dove. She, like Josh, is taking, if you don't follow her on Instagram, Minka Kelly is showing us her workouts too. Because that's what you do now. If you get cast, you have to show people, I'm going to the gym. I'm getting fitter. Look at my veins. So some stranger will touch my veins. But the Titans show is going to start filming, I think, in a week or so. And Hawk and Dove are part of that, and I'm thrilled that I can't, that's the shocker. Female Dove is going to be like cameras rolling. I'm like, and I said, does the costume? And they said, Rob, the costume looks like your costume. So, very excited. So there's a lot going on, a lot of exciting stuff.
Check your phone.
I got my phone that I'm sitting on. Hey, is there any Deadpool cosplayers out there who would like to join me for a picture on stage?
Anybody?
What I am going to need you to do is go through this curtain right here, and they will walk you up the stage. They told me do not jump on the stage from here. They have snipers. You can't see them. They're there, and they're there.
Deadshot's right over there.
But they're pellets. They're pellets. They're not. They'll just knock you out. But yes, I have a Deadpool wallet. Sue me. They sent me 10 of them. Okay, I use them all the time. The best is when I go to the gas station and I whip it out and I get my card out and the guy goes. This happened twice in one day. One was for candy. One was for gas. One guy goes, "Oh man, you like Deadpool?" I said, "I love Deadpool." "Oh. Me too. Me too. I saw the movie so many times." I said, "Me too." Went and got my gas. Then later that night, I needed licorice. And the girl goes, "Hey, Deadpool. I love Deadpool." I'm like, "I love Deadpool." It's the best conversation piece. You just go, "Oh, hey, I'd like a Reese's Pieces. I love Deadpool."
Here's a Deadpool right now.
All right, and there's a couple more. Come on up. Great to meet you. How are you, buddy? I love you. You're rocking this look. Will you be Deadpool for Halloween? Okay, don't hurt anybody. And then, oh, come on up, Deadpools. Oh, look at these guys. You guys are phenomenal. Great to meet you. Great to meet you. Great to meet you. You're casual before killing Deadpool. Okay. You're adorable. You're Lady Deadpools. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Here.
Here, I'll get this.
Come on over here. We're gonna get a picture together. So tallest to the center. Isn't that how it's done? Just kidding. Who's got a photo? Right here. Okay, we're gonna look at this dude right here. Oh, we have another one. Last call for Deadpool cosplayers. Okay.
Get your wave face on if you're here. Come on.
We are supposed to go further into the stage for better lighting.
Come up to the line. Pass the line here.
Further. Okay. Where's the picture? Right here. Lovely lady standing above everyone else. Thank you so much. Okay, I have one more thing to say. So Deadpool's coming out, you're like, what, Liefeld, you can't stop talking about Deadpool. Do I have to give these back? Okay, here you go. Don't hurt anybody with those. Those are like, you can stick somebody in the eye with that. You can poke somebody, kid. Okay, here's the deal. Deadpool comes out June 1st. Are you aware of this? Deadpool 2.
7 months.
I am betraying myself doing this. My 9-year-old self is going to come back in time and smack my ass. Because when I was 9, and sorry, I'm old, I'm 50. I saw Star Wars in the theater like this. Because if you were that age like me, there was nothing like George Lucas's first Star Wars movie. But Disney is delusional and is opening Han Solo 1 week before Deadpool. And they are going to get their asses kicked 7 days later. Mark my words, skeptical man. Mark my words. Han Solo, get the hell out of the summer. Because 7 days later, an army of mercenaries is coming to send the Falcon into hyperspace. Disney, I apologize in advance, but I'm telling the truth. Deadpool is going to kick your ass. All right.
LA Comic Con, give it
Thank
up.
you, everybody.